His white dress shirt was open at the collar, and he had the kind of haircut you could find on half the male population, but his dark hair had turned wavy and mussed from the snow. It should have made him look worse, but it actually made him look better. And Alex started to wonder if she'd remembered to pack a hairbrush, and also when was the last time she'd used it. At first glance, there was nothing special about the guy at all. A man made to fill the background, a non-player character in the game of life. But that didn't change the fact that Alex had noticed him, and now she couldn't unnotice him. The TV over the bar showed a football game. On the screen, a giant in shoulder pads was spiking a ball and dancing in the end zone. But the man at the bar didn't even glance in its direction. He didn't officially glance in Alex's direction either, but she'd felt his eyes on her from the moment she sat down, silent and assessing and unimpressed. She should have brushed her hair. She should have put on a bra. She should have forgotten about the chicken fingers and gone to bed hungry because Alex felt awkward for the first time in her 22 years. Uncomfortable. Second-guessing everything from her t-shirt to her food choices to the fact that she was probably making a mistake with her career and her whole entire life. She was second-guessing everything that had brought her to that moment, even though Alex didn't do second guesses, or second chances, or second place. Alex didn't do seconds of any kind. Or at least, she didn't used to. But in a year, she'd probably have a different name. She'd be living in a different country and speaking a different language. She'd be a different person. And then she'd have a second life. But at the moment, she was just a woman who was tired and scared and wishing that her chicken fingers would get there already. The restaurant was loud and busy. It was January, and sharp little pings sounded as sleet hit the slanting windows that had turned into a frosty blur with the storm. The airport must have started canceling flights because the place was filling up with flight crews and business travelers and a dozen 20-something blondes in T-shirts that read Bride Squad and another blonde whose shirt read Bride. The Bride Squad must have ordered a bottle of tequila because they were doing shots and eyeing the guy, but the guy stayed at the other end of the bar, eyeing Alex. So, Alex did the only thing she could do and eyed him back.
"I'll go check on those chicken wings."
A distracted bartender topped off Alex's club soda and headed to the back before Alex could shout, "Chicken fingers!" The wind was roaring now. It made a haunting sound, and the glass had frosted over, little beads of condensation running down, revealing strips of blurry lights and blowing snow, while a dozen more people crowded into the bar looking for tables.
"Really coming down out there,"
a voice said from nearby, and Alex turned to see a different guy sliding onto the empty stool beside her. His watch was worth more than most cars, and he was going to order the most expensive scotch in the place and then slam it before offering to get one for Alex.
"It's packed in here,"
the new guy said. Alex nodded, distracted and a little numb. "Yeah."
"I was lucky they still had a suite." "McAllen, neat, and leave the bottle,"
Romeo told the bartender before shifting his gaze onto Alex.
"And I think we'll take another glass."
The grin he gave her was supposed to be smooth, but it was closer to leering. And it was all Alex could do not to sigh in relief, because finally, a guy she could read, a guy who made sense. Everything from his fancy watch to his slicked-back hair told a story of mediocre grades at top-tier schools, of nasty divorces and bad credit, and jobs he got from friends of his father. On the other side of the room, there were a dozen bridesmaids who should have been getting drunk en route to some all-inclusive in Jamaica. women a little.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.